This is a short video on simultaneous equations. So I'm going to start with just taking you through it. So, well, if you want to read ahead, then do so, but I'll just start by taking you through it. So I've got an example question here, 3x plus 2y equals 4, then 4x plus 5y equals 17. Now, the first thing we want to do is either eliminate x or eliminate y. So, obviously, they're not the same, they haven't got the same coefficient. So, in this example, I used x. So we got 3x and 4x, and obviously they haven't got the same coefficient, so we need to find the lowest common multiple of 3 and 4, which obviously is 12. So I'll label this equation here as number 1, and this one here as number 2, just to make life much easier. Now, how would you get 12 from 3? So obviously you would multiply it by 4, and then in turn, how would you get 12 from 4? You multiply it by 3. So what I would advise you to do is write your steps on the side so you don't get confused, and I think obviously you would get a lot more marks in the exam, so the examiner knows what you're doing. Now, as we said, we have to multiply equation 1 by 4, because obviously 4 times 3 is 12, and then in turn equation 2 by 3, because 4 times 3 is 12. So you don't just multiply the x's by what you multiply it by, you have to multiply the whole equation. So here, equation 1 multiplied by 4, 3x times 4 is 12x, 2y times 4 is 8y, and then 4 times 4 is 16. And again, for equation 2, 4x times 3 is 12x, 5y times 3 is 15y, and 17 times 3 is 51. Now, what we've got here is the same coefficient for x, and then we've got 12x plus 8y equals 16, and 12x plus 15y is equal to 51. Now you can either continue to label them as 1 and 2, but I think labeling them as 3 and 4 makes life much more easier. Now you want to eliminate x, so you could just easily take this equation away from this equation, but you will be left with a negative, and although you'll still get the same answer, it's just, I think, much harder. Not harder, but just it takes up more time. So what I would do is, because 15 is obviously greater than 8, 51 is greater than 16, and 12 is obviously the same thing, what I would do is take away equation 4 from equation 3, and I'll be left with this: 12x plus 15y is equal to 51. Take away 12x plus 8y is equal to 16. Now, so 12x take away 12x is nothing. 15y take away 8y is 7y, and because they're both positive, obviously 15y take away a positive number, positive and a negative makes a negative, so you would be left with 7y. And 51 take away 16 is equal to 35. Now, what you want to do to get y by itself is divide by 7. So here, divide both sides by 7, and you're left with y is equal to 5. Now, that's not the whole, that's not the complete answer. You now have to find x. So, step 2, you substitute your y value into one of the two equations. I picked 3x plus 2y is equal to 4, because why not? So 3x plus 2 times y is equal to 4, so 2 times 5 is 10. So 3x plus 10 is equal to 4. Now what you want to do is get the x by itself, and then the numbers here on the other side. So what you do is take away 10 from both sides. So you're left with 3x is equal to minus 6, because 4 minus 10 is minus 6. Now I think some people would freak out because there's a negative here, but it's fine. really it's fine. You got 3x is equal to minus 6. You divide 3 from both sides to get x on its own. Now minus 6 divide a negative divided by a positive is always a negative. So x is equal to minus 2. Simple as. So okay, so I hope that example made sense to you. I just got 2 questions here for you to try. Just press pause, and then when you're ready for the answers, press play. And here are the answers. So if you've struggled with any of these, just mention it in the comments. I'll make a separate video explaining them, but I hope this video makes sense and you understand simultaneous equations much more better now.